I'm literally like, I'm so excited. Okay. Hello and welcome back to the Gray Space podcast. Guys, we are back. I am Gray. This is my space, and the space is back. My little space cadets, I missed you. I did not mean to go on a hiatus, but I did. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about, okay, so basically, this is going to be a little chit-chatty, catchy-uppy episode because I've not filmed a Gray Space in a while, which we will talk about. So I have missed the pod. I've missed talking to you guys. And so for this little comeback episode to kick off the return and the audio upgrade, because I finally got my new audio setup from Best Buy that this isn't even what I bought in August. I bought a different microphone in August and it never came. And I said, Best Buy, I bought this in August and it never came. And they said, that's crazy. We'll send you another one. And then they didn't. And I messaged again and I said, Best Buy, you said you were going to send me another one and you didn't. And then the support person I was talking to was like, that's crazy that they said that because we don't even have that mic. So we couldn't send that to you. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I'm just going to refund you and you're not getting the mic. So I literally just had to rebuy some audio stuff. And now I've got this mic and I'm very excited to finally put it to use, official use on the podcast. I got it like set up, did some audio tests, and we're here. We're here. I have some special guests. What? I meant to say I brought and I grabbed, and I tried to say both words at the same time twice, and that's why that didn't work. I have gathered a gaggle of stuffed animals, and that was rude. Casper's down there. You can't see him, but he literally just licked Olivia's fucking pussy. Hello. Welcome back to the Gray Space podcast. I'm so glad to be back, and we're just going to play catch up. I'm trying to think when the last episode I recorded was. It's been a fucking while. I know the episode I recorded last was the one where I talk about being an irrelevant flop. And we have to talk about the fucking issue that happened on that video. If you are just a Spotify, I almost said Spodcast. Actually, what is going on up here? I don't know. If you're a guys, if you are a Spotify podcaster only, then you might not know this, but the last episode that I posted, the video version that went on YouTube, had something weird happen to it where it was like a 360 video for like a VR headset. And I don't know why the fuck that happened. There were some comments insisting that I filmed with a 360 camera. I didn't do that. I don't have one of those. I recorded with the same camera I always record with, and it's not a 360 camera. And I edited the video completely fine. Completely normal looking. There was no any indication that it was in fucking VR. When I recorded it, it was fine. When I edited the video, it was fully fine. I did notice, this must have happened whenever it exported, because whenever I went through the video to pick a thumbnail, I opened it up like on my computer, and on the whatever like video app opens up on my computer, just whichever one auto opens, I think it's just like the Windows media player, it was the VR video. And I was like, what the fuck? And I thought that it was a like setting on my PC that I accidentally turned on, because I was actually able to go like with the video open in the VR mode. I was able to put it back into regular video just by like selecting an option. And so I thought that I had accidentally put my Windows video player in 360 mode. I guess the actual thing that happened is that I somehow accidentally put it in VR video mode when I went to export it. But yeah, so the last podcast episode I filmed, which was like, I guess, kind of serious, not like serious. I mean, not like somber serious, but like I was being for real. We were having a for real talk. And it was kind of overwritten by the silliness of that, which was a little annoying, but ultimately not that serious. I'm really not upset about it. Somebody asked if I could re-upload the video, like corrected, and I said, I really don't care that much. I really, really don't care that much. And I, maybe hot take, maybe rude, I don't think you should care that much either, especially because it's a podcast. Just put your phone in your pocket. Anyway, guys, so I'm so excited to be here. Let's catch up. This episode, we are going to be talking about my current interests and just the shit I have been up to since not recording the podcast, because it's been a little bit. I've just been doing a lot of offline things, and I have been able to not necessarily like put internet work on like the back burner of like, oh, thank God I don't have to do this. But I've been able to put it in the back seat while I get some other priority straight offline. And I also, of course, had the audio thing. But I got the audio set up, and I got my work schedule mostly set up. I've been back into it. So yeah, we are going to talk about some shit. Okay, we're going to talk about some stuff. So this is a very not super organized notes of my current interests and the things I've been up to. But let's go through it. Let's go through this. So starting off, I split my current interests into 3 categories. And the first one is media. So the current media that I've been a big fan of recently is starting off strong with old Animal Planet shows, because HBO Max has a bunch of old Animal Planet shows. So I've seen, oh my God, literally so many episodes of Treehouse Masters. Pete Nelson, I love you. And thank you for the autistic representation. Oh, that's so fucked up. Sorry. But yeah, Treehouse Masters was a show on Animal Planet. This guy, Pete Nelson, is a genius, artist, architect, awesome dude, and he makes awesome tree houses. And I watch a lot of that show. And then Tanked. Oh my God. Okay, so in contendum with this show, Tanked led me down a rabbit hole. Me and Lexi, my girlfriend. Tanked is the fish tank show from Animal Planet of the 2 guys, Brett and Wade from Vegas. And they make these crazy tanks for celebrities and rich people and companies, you know? And that kind of put me down a rabbit hole because I forgot how much I really liked that show. I used to watch it a lot as a kid because my dad's really into marine life and aquariums and stuff. So then it kind of got us down a little rabbit hole. So the next thing on the list of my current media interests is fish-related videos. Fish-related YouTube videos, guys. Oh my God. Okay, so there's this one guy. I want to say his YouTube channel is called like Bass Fishing Productions. He's this Floridan named Bobby. Shout out Bobby. He just goes to Florida sewers and fucking fishes down them. And he finds crazy stuff. He has a bunch of tanks. His enthusiasm is like part of the appeal. I really am trying to like sell this because it's not like, guys, fish are cool, but I feel like you need a certain mouthpiece to get people to understand that fish are cool. But fish are really cool. But anyway, he does cool videos if you want to see just like a random person fishing in sewers. If that's not, listen, none of these are going to be traditional because the next fish related media I've really been into is fish dumpster diving. Guys, my dumpster diving era is coming. I'm going to get into dumpster diving. Like, I feel it in my core. If not this year, then like when I'm 40. It's coming in my lifetime. I am a big fan of the idea of another man's trash being another man's treasure. I have a lot of free shit in my apartment that I've taken from my neighbor's trash that they've left outside. And there, are those dumpster diving videos where people go to the dumpsters behind like shopping centers or big stores. And guys, oh my God, pet store dumpsters are, not only are they no different, they're no better than like, you know, fucking Bath and Body Works, like throwing away all their candles and stuff. Brother, I have seen marine life dumpster diving videos of a dude. He just will go, he's like, I'm in this dumpster, I'm in this dumpster behind this pet store, let's see all that we can find. And he'll pull out bags of live animals, live fish in the dumpster. He found an octopus. This guy found an octopus. What? He found a blue crawfish in the dumpster. Fucking nuts. That's crazy to me. And then, sorry, I will move on from fish stuff, but the final fish related media I have been really into recently is this one guy that goes to like the world's craziest, biggest aquariums, and just some worker at the aquarium is like, this is the aquarium. It's so big and fucking crazy. And like it goes, you know, it breaks down all the features of the fish and the life support of the tank and, you know, all the logistics of keeping such a giant aquarium functioning and all of the life in it. It's very interesting. So that's the fish stuff. There is more. There's more. The next on the list is abandoned location exploration. And I'm actually just going to kind of regroup that. I'm going to regroup this into the general spooky video category because I've been getting a bit more into my spooky stuff. I go through like content genre waves, I guess. There's like a channel called like Bright Sun Films is an example of this category where it's like a video essay / commentary on failures and disasters of like establishments. And so in tangent to that is also abandoned location exploration. And then in tangent with that is the, you know, haunted location exploration. And particularly the kind of spooky videos I've been into recently are like 8 true abandoned asylum videos to make your skin crawl. And like, that's what I fall asleep listening to. That's what I've been big on recently. Next, this one is the final interest of the media category, and it is just called hot girl music / recession pop gay music. I've been listening to a lot more, I guess like house and recession pop is a term. I don't know how to explain recession pop other than like it's a very specific, like there are video essays on recession pop if you're that interested, but like think of the 2008 recession and then think of the music that came out during the 2008 recession and following, and the certain sound and like samples and just there, it's a particular sound that has formed into a genre that has been making a resurgence, which, yeah, we could totally look into the economic implications and ramifications of recession pop coming back into popularity, but let's not. Anyway, that's such a long and really pretentious way to say that, guys, I've been listening to more Charlie XCX. Here, let me just pop up my Spotify for you guys and go through my repeat. Charlie XCX is on here. A lot of Megan. I don't count Megan Thee Stallion as recession pop, but is she absolutely hot girl music? Fuck yeah, she is. I'm literally wearing the Nike X Megan, the Hot Girl Systems, the most recent collection, which, Megan, hi, I love you so very much. This is not at you, but I did write the fucking day, the hour, I don't know, very early into the drop of this Nike collab. I was on it. I got a shirt, these shorts that I'm wearing, and the bodysuit. And it took like 2+ months for the shirt and shorts to get here. And then my bodysuit never came. They said it was partially delivered. And then a little bit later, they were like, ooh, we're actually not sending you that at all. We're sending you a refund and a free t-shirt, which nice that I got a refund and a free t-shirt. I did want that bodysuit. Megan, that's not your fault, but that'd be cool if you could make it right. From one tall to another. Love you. Anyway, Also, Sawayama. I've been listening to much more of her recently, listening to a little bit of Rebecca Black. Guys, stop sleeping. Oh, I shouldn't do that next to the mic. Stop sleeping on Rebecca Black. I don't know if you have caught up with her post Friday, gonna get down on Friday. Everybody gonna get down on the weekend, or whatever the lyrics are. I knew that she had like a glow up and was in a hot girl phase because I had randomly checked in on her like 3 or 4 years ago. But she is still in that hot girl phase. Rebecca Black is kicking ass, and I like her music. Crumbs and Fucking Worth It for the Feeling, oh my God, are so good. Rebecca. Thank you. Also Ash Nico. And who else? Let me see. Oh, Poppy. Enrico Nasty. So yes, Kilo Kish, just like some hot girl, gay girl, hot recession pop, gay, hot down house boots cunt. So next up is my current activities. What have I been doing, guys? What have I been really doing and digging? So, also, I don't want this to be me, right? This is a podcast I am the host and main character of, and my name is part of the name of the podcast. And it is actually all about me. I am talking all about myself right now, but it's not all about me because I want to hear from you guys. I also want to hear what the shit y'all have been getting into. Like what, in that one vlog where I asked you guys to tell me your favorite shoes and I was going to look them up and judge them. I was so pleasantly surprised at how many people actually were nice and brave enough to comment the shoes knowing I was going to judge them. Note, I have not actually gone through to look up y'all's favorite shoes to judge them, but the ones I recognized, I didn't judge because I liked them. I think there was one person that said those ugly fucking Fila Stomper boots. The white big ass sneakers. No offense to like big ass shoes. Y'all know I love me a big ass shoe. I do just think those are fucking ugly, but anyway. So guys, tell me y'all's favorite shows, YouTube videos, music, stuff. Okay, and now we can move on to my favorite activities. Let's talk about me again. So I've been trying to get back into reading. I went through a really big reading phase a little bit ago, and then I kind of fizzled out. I've been focusing on other stuff. I've been focusing on like work and art stuff mostly at the moment. You guys know I feel like I'm constantly on my journey of finding the perfect work-life balance, work-life, hobby, art, exercise. Like I'm always searching for the best balance and routine because I really rely on routine. So that is getting sorted out. Things are falling into place. And of course, in fucking like a month and a half, bro, it's about to be summer. Lexi's about to not have work, and that's not going to affect my schedule too much, but it is going to affect, not like, that sounds bad. So don't immediately react to this sentence. Lexi being home for the summer is going to change the energy of the house. Obviously, I don't mean that in a bad way. Obviously, I literally, guys, me and Lexi talk about how bad we want to get married and how the only thing stopping us is the fact that we are saving and planning because we want to do it right. So obviously, I don't mean that the energy would change in a bad way, but I happen to do this thing where whenever Lexi's schedule changes, I'm like, ooh, I'm going to abandon my schedule and I'm just going to hang out with you today, actually. So there is going to be like a change, obviously, when she has her work off and she's able to do things here. And if when she wants to go do her hobbies that I'm not going to partake in and vice versa. So that'll be something to look forward to, but it's also going to be an adjustment. So I don't know why I got on that tangent. I'm working on balance and that's ever changing. But recently I've been focused more on work and art. And by work, I mean my actual job, because I am not I guess I am counting YouTube stuff as work still. Like I will put work into editing this podcast. I am working on editing a video right now, but like, I don't consider this my job anymore, because I have a job, and that's what I've been focusing on recently, because it's been kind of the shit and awesome. But I will talk about that in a second. So anyway, reading, because holy shit, that's how I started that whole fucking word vomit. I went through a reading period before I got into my art period recently. So I would love to, and I plan on doing an episode here in the nearish future, maybe, of me reviewing and like doing a general view of some of the books I've read. I have like 3 or 4 books I could talk about. And then I have my current read right now, which I could also talk about, which I'm not going to victim blame. I'm saying if the book was maybe more interesting, I would be reading it more. Ooh, and that's something that book doesn't want to hear. And that is kind of a hater thing for me to say, because it's honestly not boring. I'm literally just too early on into the book for it to be interesting. And that's also kind of not true. It's not even that it's uninteresting. The main character is just fucking not likable. And I'm not like, the plot hasn't picked up enough for me to like just choose to read the thoughts of this unlikable fucking person. So I've been slacking on my current read recently. I assume and hope that will change, that my opinion will change on it, because I really thought I was going to like this book. But I also said that about the last book I read, which, might trigger some people, my thoughts about that book, because I didn't like it as much as I thought I would. And by that, I mean, I don't think I actually liked it. I liked it, definitely an idea. But at this point, I'm talking too vaguely about shit I'm going to make videos on. So I'm going to move on, but I've been trying to get more into reading. And I would encourage everyone to do the same, because it is awesome. And listen, is it like, okay, I saw like a while ago, maybe a few months ago, complaining on Twitter about the hot girlification of reading. Suck my dick. That is the second time I've said that in this podcast episode. And it's still true that I don't have one, but suck it, because I think that we should sexify reading, not sexualize, but like, I don't know, if you need to like convince yourself that reading is hot so that you'll feel hot when reading so that you will read, then do that. If that's what gets you to read, then fucking sure. Reading's for hot girls, right? Like, I don't know. I just don't think that, listen, while I, of course, can be a judgmental bitch, and like I can totally side eye when I see like some Colleen Hoover or something, I don't, in general, see the increase of reading as a bad thing, especially when fucking media literacy and literacy in general, I believe, is at an all-time low. So, guys, let's all read more. I would actually love to do like a local hot girl book club, book group chat on Instagram or something. So maybe we get that going. The next thing, this is not a recent interest, but the gym, Legree, still been doing that, still been hitting that up. That's great. My form's been better. Just for those who care, my form has been better. So my workouts have been better. Big ass glute day in Pilates today. That shit was crazy. Next interest, current activity interest is dog walking / nature walks, because if you caught, I want to say this was in my last vlog. Yeah, right? Man, I don't know. I kind of don't. I post and then I like I don't know. Whenever I'm having trouble explaining this a little bit. I do a weird thing with like YouTube specifically, where I post and then I freak myself out, like just imagining what people could be saying. And so then I never check what people actually are saying after the first like little bit. Like I'll post a video and I will, read the comments as it goes up, and I'll check and just make sure that there's no glaring issues like the fucking last podcast episode, or whatever it is. And then I'll get for no reason, get so anxious about checking the comments like overnight. Like it's just a flip switch. And then once that happens, I literally cannot open the app again until I post another video. So I don't remember the last time I posted a vlog because I haven't opened my YouTube Studio app in so long because it freaks me out for no reason. I don't know why I do that. But I also do at the same time think it's better for me mentally to not fucking worry about it, which is why I don't. I don't worry about what people are saying about me because ultimately, if you don't know me personally, your opinion of me doesn't matter. And let me hold on, asterisks. If you don't know me, what I'm doing doesn't matter, parentheses, as long as it's obviously not harmful or problematic. And I don't know where that tangent came from either, but that is what podcasting is all about because it's what podcasters do. We just buy a fancy microphone to justify talking about whatever the fuck comes to our brain and calling it content. That is what I'm doing right now. Anyway, dog walk. Oh, holy shit. So that is why I started talking about that because I'm pretty sure in the last vlog, I mentioned that I started dog walking on WAG and I've still been doing that. That's been pretty cool. I just have a regular dog. That's like most of my stuff on there. Because I'm not like prioritizing that for anything. It's like a backup little activity and, extra money. So it's been nice, especially as the weather, it's about to get so much hotter. I am scared. But the weather has been really good since I have started walking dogs on WAG. So that's been something I'm really into, honestly, especially because a lot of the people that are paying people to walk dogs, they have the extra income to like pay another person to care for their animal. So they usually live in nicer places. So it's really cool because I get to be nosy, not like Snoopy. I don't go through people's stuff, but like, I do look around, I have fucking eyeballs. So I can definitely see when someone lives in a really nice house in a gated community. And some people have crazy nice houses, but in addition to the nice house is usually a nice neighborhood. And so I've been spending a lot of time outdoors touching grass and in nature. And honestly, it's been so nice, guys. Oh, could you believe that the sun does help with depression? Oh, I don't know if anyone's ever told you guys this, but maybe there's some link between the sunshine and a good breeze and the sounds of nature and human happiness. Has anyone ever looked into that or thought that before, or am I the first? So that's been really good for me. I've been really enjoying it. I've been especially enjoying it while smoking. I was thinking of a creative way to censor that, and I'm not going to. Guys, being on a Meryl Wayne that's how I decided to censor that. Doing the grass, the 420 grass, and then going out and touching grass on a nature walk, I do think is one of the greatest gifts of life. I do think it's a reason we as human beings are supposed to be on this earth. I do think that the more time I spend outdoors, the more I'm like, oh, we do actually really, really need a government collapse, actually. And not that like I didn't know that until I touched grass, but just I feel like I maybe worded that a little bit bad. The more you appreciate the little things and the more you appreciate the offline and the human, and the life, the more you realize how much the humans have fucked up the life. And oh my God, guys, we need to get back outside and out of cubicles. And there's my random rant about that. So I don't know. Are we all going to riot? Are we doing our taxes? Okay. Because here's the thing is that there were talks of the tax boycott and, the government, like, fuck you guys. We're not paying our student loans. We're not doing our taxes. And guys, I am not paying my student loans. I have not made a single payment. And maybe that's bad to promote on the internet, but I don't give a fuck. I'm not literally ever paying those. I'm waiting until some idiot president is like, hey, we should make that free, actually. Or until the government collapses, because both of those I feel are one of them is coming before the other. I think both are possible. I think one is inevitable, and it is the collapse. But when that's happening, I don't know. We could totally speed it up, though, is what I'm saying. This is so sporadic. My thought process, very sporadic in this podcast episode. You really are just listening to me talk out loud as a train of thought to you and to my dog and stuffed animals, because no one's here. But yeah, been getting outside more, and it's really great. And I really think that we should hurt billionaires. But anyway, the next activity I've been really into recently, it's podcasting, guys. It's literally podcasting. It's on the list here because I cannot tell you how much I've thought about podcasting when I am not podcasting. I didn't realize I would like it as much as I do. But it's just, I think I really started to love podcasting when I started to care less about, I don't know how to word this, because I don't know if that's actually true or if those things happened to be happening at the same time and I'm just falsely correlating them. So maybe this isn't true, but I do think I started to enjoy and appreciate the podcast more when I started to care less about people's opinion, which is weird because you would think that as I put more of my unfiltered thoughts on the internet, I would get more anxious because that is scarier. But also, I'm just yapping. I'm not saying really anything if you actually think about it. And you guys like that. And we all have fun here. And this is just a fun sit down talk. And I really like it. I like the setup. I like being in bed, obviously. I like this sounds weird. I like the computer logistics of making podcasts, like buying the new audio stuff was really, really cool because I've never had a microphone like this before. And I have never had an audio interface. I have the, what's it called? Focusrite Vocaster 1. I got that. There's like a newer version of the Vocaster. I do have the first version because I do think that they're probably the exact same thing, but more expensive. So I am just going to get the first one. So anyway, I really like it. I really like podcasting. I have more plans for it. Like I said, I want to do book videos, like book podcasts every few reads of mine. I want to get guests on here. It's just obviously hard because I don't have friends. That's not true. I just don't have friends that live here. But maybe that'll change, or maybe I will tap into some online avenues of communication. But I also am going to start doing Spotify exclusive episodes with a guest who does not want to be on video for these episodes, which is why they are podcasts. No, they are Spotify listener exclusives because me and this guest will be hitting that green and chatting it up. And so they don't want that on video, and honestly understandable. And I kind of don't either. Also, I don't know if that's true though. I kind of don't give a fuck, but I think that's because I forget that like outside of Zoomers and people that have work from home jobs, there are people that like do actually care about fucking weed. It's crazy that people, I can't say that because then I'm going to sound like I have a problem. But it is just kind of crazy how, to me at least, how people act about the plant. And don't get me wrong, I'm not ever, you're never going to catch me saying that like smoking weed is like not bad for you, because like smoking's bad for you, guys. Doing drugs, don't know if you know, it's not usually promoted because it's not a good thing, right? It's one of those viewer discretion is advised things. So you're never going to catch me being like, guys, there's nothing wrong with it and it's awesome and we should all do it. But I do think that there is a lot of societal panic around it when If I'm being, oh, and this is totally going to piss people off, but if I'm being serious in my opinions, I will be serious when I say I think alcohol is more problematic and damaging than marijuana, but whatever. Anyway, tangent aside, some Spotify exclusive podcast episodes are roughly planned for the future. And they will be featuring some silly, inebriated conversations that I'm very excited for. But even like other than that, like I'm sober now and I still love podcasting. I literally have been so excited since I got all the audio stuff to make this episode. And then my period came early, several days early. My period came 2 days ago and it's honestly sucked fucking dick balls. And so I have not taken the time / had the time to fiddle with this and get all of it set up until today. But I'm so excited. I'm so excited because, oh my God, we're so back. Guys, the podcast is so back. I'm so excited to keep recording. And yeah, so exciting. Anyway, next activity on my current enjoyment, current interests, current happy thingies is candlelit baths. I actually have several bath things on here. I have another one in the next category. But baths are kind of superior to showers. And you can argue with the wall. You know, you can get mad at that. And maybe I'm biased because I do, not to flex, have a nice ass bathtub. It's nice and big and deep. Which matters to me because if you don't know, guys, I'm 5'11" / like 6 foot. So a regular bathtub doesn't work for me if I want to take a bath. You know, if I want to play in a kiddie pool, then like a regular bathtub's pretty chill for that. But I have a nice big bathtub. Thank God, God bless. I say that as if it was like a miracle. It was definitely one of the main factors for me picking this apartment. I'm particular about certain things, and a big bathtub is low-key one of them. Because, guys, candlelit baths are so awesome. I love putting some fucking Epsom salts in a bathtub. If I have a bath bomb or like a bath fizz or something, popping one of those in. I'm literally going to take a bath after this because I saw candlelit bath on here before I started recording. I saw it in my notebook and I was like, ooh, candlelit bath. Why does that sound kind of good? But I can't do a podcast in the bath. I mean, that would be a doozy to figure out. So I'll not do that. But maybe. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, lighting a bunch of candles, turning off the lights, and just being in the bathtub, candle lit, hot ass water, hot ass girlfriend in the bath with you. You know, that's always cool too. So I've been digging those recently. And then the final thing on my activity category for the current interests is metalwork / soldering. I've been teaching myself this recently. That's why I don't know if you can actually see it. You can see a bit of my shelf. And this is like my side of the bed. I don't know if you can. I think it's maybe barely out of frame, but my blowtorch is on the shelf right now because I have a blowtorch that I really like using. It's really cool. I have been teaching myself how to melt metal and make metal things, like medallions and, you know, shapes and stuff to make jewelry. And oh my God, guys, I love it so much. I love it so much. I love it so much. It's kind of crazy how much I love fucking welding. What do you mean? And I can just get down with some pliers, some solder, and a blowtorch and some copper tape. I will have a blast. What? That's crazy. Because it's honestly not though, because I actually do think it's pretty on par for me to have just a fucking untraditional ass hobby. But I've been really big on that. I've been posting some teasers of it on my Instagram. I don't have any like finished jewelry pieces with any of my metal works yet, but that is coming very, very, very soon. I'm about to start my first like necklace with my first charm that I made, like finished. I've a bunch of metal works in progress, but I finally I'm pretty sure I have one finished that I'll be able to start actually building jewelry out of. So that'll be super cool. So excited to keep working on that more. And if you are a vlog watcher, watch out for that, because I am recording a vlog this week, and I have worked with the metal this week, and I have vlogged myself this week working with the metal this week. So watch out for that. And that rounds out the activity category of my current interests. So now we are in the miscellaneous, because apparently you're not supposed to pronounce the fucking C in miscellaneous. Why are they there then? Why are they there then? Anyway, so my miscellaneous interests. Here's the other bath thing I mentioned. Sprouts, bath bombs, and soap bars. I have been into soap bars for a little bit now. Both like hair bars, like shampoo bars, are pretty great. Especially, obviously, if you have like thick hair or a lot of hair and want to go through less plastic. And we have basically fully, actually for several months now, have fully switched from like liquid body wash to like soap bars, body wash soap bars. And we have one of these, it's like I don't know how to explain it. It's like a drawstring bag, almost made of like a loofah. It's like a loofah-esque natural material. So you put a bar of soap in it, and then you can run this little bag under the water and like mix it up in your hands, and so it gets all sudsy, and then you rub the bag on your body like a loofah so it exfoliates and gets the soap on you. So Sprouts has some fire soap bars, FYI, and they are small, but they have pretty, I think, okay priced bath bombs. They are small, but they're also like all natural and shit. I love Sprouts. Sprouts and Walmart actually is where we've been doing our grocery shopping recently, because that's expensive. That stuff is expensive. And we have to eat it. Next, here we go. This is some clothing stuff. I'm just going to throw a lot out there because there's several clothing related things. So first of all, I've just been going for a darker but also more maximalized look recently. So I'm shouting this out just as it's written. Accessorizing and outfit maximalism, as well as tights and very layered outfits. I've been really into those recently. Powdered tights, opaque tights, like leg warmers, sock. Like I've been the power of accessory recently, especially compared to the way I used to style my clothes, which was very much like very like patterned graphic tees and stuff like that, where I think more recently I've fallen more into like a plain clothing and upping the outfit, I guess you could say, through accessorizing. And that's been really cool. I also want to make clothing and fashion videos. I've been getting more into like fashion, more into just like design, artsy shit. I've been into art recently, which I'm really fucking happy about. I'm really happy that my work, like my actual employment, is like less art related, even though it's just not publicly accessible in the same way, at least at this point in time. I'll talk about my job in a sec, because I'm being ominous for no reason. It's just, guys, it's in the what I've been up to category, and we're not there yet, okay? But since I've been doing that more, I've been able to just kind of take a step back about like worrying about monetizing my hobbies and art. And so I've just been approaching it much more relaxed and been enjoying it much more. I've been back in an artistic space and really wanting to get further into it in several aspects, both in like outreach with other creatives, like locally and online, and doing other avenues, having other plans, big plans. I have a big secret project that you guys won't see for a few months that I've been working on, that I've been especially working on a lot this week. And I'm so freaking excited about it. But I don't want to jinx it or jump the gun, so I'm not saying anything about it. But long story short is I've just been in like an artisty-y, artsy-fartsy way recently. And it's been really fun. And I think that is reflecting in my self-expression and my clothes. And speaking of self-expression, another thing that I have been into recently is also kind of changing up my makeup. So like I have on here the other two things I have in the miscellaneous interests, if these count, are no concealer and thin brows, because I've kind of been changing my makeup ways recently. I've just been focusing, like, I don't know, I over time have worn less and less makeup. And I recently have just, guys, this is going to sound so crazy and kind of lame because I am 23 years old. But guys, at 23 years old, I am starting to like myself much, much more. And I'm realizing that I don't think I need makeup. And I actually, if I don't want to wear it, I don't have to. So I don't. You know, like even, I don't even know if it was like, and this isn't anti-makeup, by the way, because I still like makeup. I love makeup, especially as an art form. And when I want to look cool, when I want to dress up and look fancy, there's absolutely nothing wrong with makeup at all. I'm not anti-makeup. But I have found recently, maybe it's just because I've been more physically active, but if I don't, like, I can look in the mirror, blank face, like I'm not wearing makeup right now. And I'm maybe looking a tiny bit crusty right now because I had an eczema like stress breakout on my fucking all over my face last week. And it's only mostly gone away now. But I even like before, like, I don't know, I would say like a year ago, maybe a little over a year ago, I would, you know, look in the mirror and I would quote unquote like myself, right? When really I don't know why I just got so deep. Basically, my confidence lately has been genuine rather than like forced confidence or like externally validated confidence in the same way that I had like a year plus ago. So like a year plus ago, I could look at myself with no makeup and be like, yeah, I look fine, but I'm still going to put makeup on because I will look better. I will cover my eye bags, you know, my lashes will be, you know, whatever, right? And sometimes I'll still do that if I'm like, whatever, maybe I want to look a little more awake, so I'll put on some more. Sorry, the camera is falling because Nobu crawled under the bed, and not under the bed, under the blanket, and is being a menace. Anyway, recently, past few weeks, I guess, I've just been, I don't know, I've been liking my appearance more, liking my skin more, liking myself more. And so if I can look in the mirror and genuinely think I look good without makeup. And so if I don't want to wear it, if I don't feel like the hassle of putting it on, I don't. And that's really awesome. And something I've been doing with that is kind of just, I've slowly been eradicating face makeup. Like I haven't worn foundation in years. And over time, I've just been wearing like less and less concealer to where like now I'll sometimes do makeup, like makeup, and I won't wear concealer or like anything on my face. Like I won't try to hide my eye bags because I think it's cool. But I do think that's because like indie sleaze. I've been leaning a little more into that aesthetic recently. And I do think there's a relation there. I guess like makeup aesthetically, I've been digging like no makeup, and no makeup. But when I feel like looking like I'm wearing makeup, my thing has been like a mix of, I guess, indie sleaze and like 90s grunge. And those are all buzzwords, brain ruddy buzzwords, because what the fuck am I saying? That leads us to, those are all my current interests, unless I have one that pops into my head at random. But that's everything I wrote down. So let's talk about what I've been up to while I have been not recording the podcast. So the first thing, I have been doing my usual workout stuff, although I have been slacking a teeny tiny bit on Pilates. Might have skipped a few days. And maybe also that does apply to the gym. So maybe I have been slacking a teeny bit on working out. But when I work out, it's a great workout. I worked out today. I worked hard as fuck. I felt really great. I was targeting them glutes. Like, my form was good. Guys, I'm not perfect. But also, I think that punishing myself for the days where I don't want to work out gives a negative connotation to working out. And I really like working out, so I don't want to do that. So anyway, excuse me, still working out. I had a little bit of a slacky period. I'm trying to break out of it, but also I'm also giving myself grace. So suck my balls. Next is nutrition coaching, because I have been, okay, so in the last podcast, I said that my goals for the end of the year were to, what the fuck did I say? I said I wanted to be a Legree Pilates coach and a nail tech. And those things are both mostly true. Here's the thing. I am still into nails. I still do want to become a certified nail tech. It's a little complicated because it is going back to school, so it does cost money. And on top of that, I have an in-person job. And so now with this job, which I'm about to get more and more hours, because I currently, I'll talk about my job in a sec, I'm sorry. I currently am training under the person that I'm going to be taking over for. So my hours are just going to slowly increase until I take over as, spoiler, like basically a marketing director. So that's cool. Basically, the nail tech program I was looking at, I still want to do. I just don't think it's feasible right now because of the time of the classes versus my work schedule and the other stuff I have going on. I still have an interest in that. I still would like to do that. That is just a little bit lower on my to-do list, or like my goals, I guess. I still definitely want to be a Pilates instructor. I have not been able to make progress on that because I have to wait until that class is available. So something I have been doing is, in addition to Pilates coaching, something I have done is I have gotten the material to become a certified nutrition coach and certified personal trainer. So I am going through like those courses right now. I haven't started on the personal training part yet. I'm going through the nutrition coaching part right now. And that has been really fun. I like, y'all, my fucking school notes, my self-guided, self-taught school notes are so thorough and also so beautifully organized. And I have a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun with it. I really like it more than I ever expected to. Like, I don't know, a few years ago, I just never thought I would like wellness and fucking fitness as much as I do currently. But guys, I hate to say it. It is the people that say that taking care of yourself, you know, it does have an effect on your well-being. Unfortunately, those people are correct. And there are certain things you can do to better your life. And I'm learning those. And in addition to that, I'm about to start learning some more in-depths on nutrition, which I'm really excited for. I've been doing the nutrition coaching classes. I just haven't gotten into the actual educational part of like macros and micros. I've been going over more like just healthcare education and like scientific education, I guess. So yeah, that is something I've been working towards recently, and that's been really cool. I also have been, as I mentioned, working my real world job. So I'm a manager and marketing manager / director, soon to be, at the yoga studio I go to. So that has been, I started that like a week and a half ago. And so far it's been awesome. I have not worked like too many shifts, but like I've had several meetings and other things, and that work is only going to pick up. But I have been really liking it. I have found, I don't know, it's just a comfortable environment. I enjoy the work I do. I really enjoy, it sounds weird, I don't know, this is so like beta anti-leader of me, and whatever, maybe I'm just not meant to be a leader, but I personally kind of like being told to do a task that just takes very minimal brain power and people, and I can just do this thing kind of like that I enjoy doing and don't need to be like overly monitored to do. Like I can just be told to do a task and I do the task and I get paid for a task. And then I go home and I don't have to do tasks. I think that's beautiful. I love that simple process. And that kind of sounded like I was being sarcastic. I'm not. For my main source of income to not be something that I'm so intrinsically, like personally entwined in is, oh my God, such a refreshing and relieving change. And I have been really enjoying that. And it's really awesome being like, oh yeah, my next shift isn't till Saturday. So if I want to sit at home and edit videos and do art shit, I can. And that's still kind of productive. And it doesn't, even if it's not productive, it doesn't matter because I'm not at this point my own boss, if that makes sense. I don't know. Like I'm unlearning this currently. I used to give myself, oh my God, the absolute worst time in the world if I didn't do like 70 tasks in a day, if I didn't start and finish 70 different things, because a lot of my personal fulfillment came and does still, not a lot, but you know, I still have this issue of my personal fulfillment coming from my productivity. And so that used to, whenever YouTube was like my main financial income, that would kind of compact with my financial anxiety because it was like, if you're not working, not only do you feel like shit, you're not making money and you are choosing your shifts basically. You know, it's not like I can take a day off, of course, when I'm, my own boss. Of course I can take my own day off. But I also have to keep in mind, like, I also could be working right now. And as long as I'm not working, I'm not making money and I am failing and I'm a loser. I don't know if I'm explaining this right. It's nice to be at home and not feel like I'm at work. It's nice to be at home and be like, if I don't want to work right now, I'm not at work. And this is like, I don't have to work. So it's just been helping me. It's been helping more with like my internet burnout, although I still am, I don't know if it counts as like me being internet burnt out. I'm kind of just like burn the bridge and start it all over at this point. Like I'm posting a video on Grayson's projects, in the upcoming future because I have like a final contractual obligation. But like I haven't posted on that channel in two months and I don't want to. That channel is just going to become an archive. I'm going to only keep stuff up on that channel that I genuinely like. I'm going to start going through and getting rid of stuff. Just changing some things. I don't know. I am taking a different approach in life and in art and in work. And that's going to start being displayed on my social media. And I'm not necessarily like in a burnout with social media anymore, but I am like building it back up. There's not like a momentum with it at the moment because I'm just doing a lot of like stuff behind the scenes and stuff in my brain, I guess. So there's that. But yeah, long ass story short, I have started my job. I do like it a lot. I can't wait to, do more of it. And I enjoy the time it gives me when I'm at home to not feel like an internet prisoner. I like that I'm able to do my art and not feel bad because I could be doing another, like I could be editing, because I could be making more money, because I could be doing this, you know? It's nice to have that buffer because I don't clearly always give it to myself. So anyway, next up, I already mentioned my secret project, and I actually already mentioned wanting to get more into artistic projects. I want to do more personal and collaborative endeavors. I want to just get more involved with local, just like the local art community and like the online art space, I guess. I don't know. I really hope, I hope I am not just on some like JoJo Siwa shit and I think I'm like fucking inventing sliced bread right now. But I don't know. I'm kind of in a place where like I don't want to be like Grayson's Projects, the YouTuber, you know, like I want to be like Grayson, the artist, which is that's lame to say out loud. That's so corny. Corny, boo, tomato, tomato, whatever. Okay. I don't know. I want to be, I don't know. It's not that I think my art deserves recognition. That's not what I'm saying. If I am happening to get recognition and I have the choice for what I'm being recognized for based on what I put out into the world, I'm at a point in my life where I want that thing to be my artistic endeavors. And that is more of a fine art rather than like a video format. Although obviously video making, video editing, and, you know, YouTubing, I guess, can be seen as an art form. But like, I don't know. I don't want to just be like internet content creator. I want to, not like I want to be an artist. I am an artist. I am. I've been my whole life. And I will be forever. Even when I like have gone through phases where I haven't wanted to be, or I haven't liked being an artist, or I haven't felt good at it or whatever. I always have been, and I always will be. And I want to focus on that. I want to get more into that, and start sharing that, because I've been making shit that I'm proud of and that I think is cool. And so I'm going to post the things that I think are cool. And so if people also find that cool, I would love that. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not like, guys, I'm not just a YouTuber. I'm an artist. This is an art form, which like not necessarily false, just not really what I'm saying. So yeah. I think that's all I have to say for this episode of the podcast. This was a longer one because we have been catching up, and I have been having so much fun catching up with you guys. And I'm just really glad to be back. And I love this format. I love all the special guests that I brought to the stage, all the stuffies. And I'm glad that I have my audio stuff set up so that this can become a regular thing again. And I did kind of kill that timing because my camera's battery did just start to flash red, which means I have a few minutes left. But I timed that fucking perfectly because, guys, we're done. That was episode 16 of the Gray Space podcast. That was me talking about my life, what I got going on in it, the stuff I've been into recently, and just some random ass thoughts. And I really hope that you liked hearing them. If you know, I mean, obviously, if you're listening to this part of it, you liked it for an hour and 15 minutes. So you must have liked it, right? So if you did, go ahead and give this video a like. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much for watching it. Good to be back. Let me know your current interests or your thoughts on the new audio, because I do think it sounds better, but maybe I'm wrong because I upgraded my microphone, but not my headphones. Not that my headphones are bad, but I've been told they are. Anyway, if you're watching on YouTube, like this video, comment, check out my other stuff if you want, subscribe if you want. If you're listening on Spotify, thank you so much for listening. And you can follow for more for those, to be the first in the know, because the podcast does go up on Spotify a little bit before it goes up on YouTube. And of course, Spotify is going to start getting those exclusive pods that YouTube is not going to see. So shout out Spotify, follow me there. If you are listening from Spotify, then go ahead and rate the pod 5 stars if you haven't. And there should be like a Q&A thing that asks what you want me to talk about next. And go ahead and sound off on that. And if you want to do that on YouTube, you can do that as well. And yeah, thank you so much for watching and or listening. And I will see you in the next thing that I do. I will see you around on the internet. Bye.